Hello nerds, let's unbox some miniatures. What we have today are Dungeons of the Mad Mage. These are the latest D&D miniatures from Wizkids. Dungeon of the Mad Mage is the current adventure book for D&D. If you're not familiar, it's essentially a big mega dungeon. So this is the Mad Mage, and there are multiple, about 1 billion levels in this dungeon with all kinds of crazy monsters. We're doing a full brick. A brick is 8 booster boxes. Each booster box is a large figure and 3 medium or small figures. Now, if you'll notice about these booster boxes, they're a little larger, so expect the miniatures to be, well, not so miniature. Giving you a look at the side of some of the figures inside. Collect all 44 in this set. That's pretty typical for both their D&D miniatures and their Pathfinder, somewhere in the mid-40s. And here are some of the figures. All right, let's get to it. I pre-cut the tape because nobody wants to hear the rattling. Otherwise, I will see these when you will see these, and we'll set them out and see which figures we get. So the first booster box, oh my gosh, already. Look at this guy. Classic D&D monster. Nice big size. Look at the 3 eyes. Oh, better to see you with. And then a long tongue to grapple you with. Great monster. Again, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. You're going to see a wide variety of monsters in this one. The painting is great. You see the teeth. The fact that you can have a $15 booster and get 4 great figures is a wonderful thing Wizkids does. So we'll put that at number 25, and we'll see what the small ones are. All right, it looks like, oh, yes. My favorite creatures are gnolls. Flynn, this is like a super gnoll. So this is a gnoll that's often a leader of a little pack of gnolls. And gosh, this is a great figure. So if you don't know gnolls, they're kind of crazy hyena people, live in deserty areas typically, and that's a great figure. Glad we got that. We'll put that here. Again, a booster has a large and 3 mediums, so we'll get our medium size. And here's a thug. Look at that guy. He is definitely thuggish. I like him. It's a good looking figure. Number 2. One more small booster. One more small figure, I should say, from this booster. And then we'll go to the next. Another great miniature. A veteran. Number 3. I got number 2, number 3. Right here. This is a good looking figure. Wizkids does such a good job of having the unique figures be ones that you can often use as PCs or something like that. And then the commons will be things like thugs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we find another thug. You can always use a lot of thugs together. And I noticed something. Look at this. This came in the booster box. Pre-order the next adventure game. So that's fun. That's a little bonus in there. Wizkids and D&D, they have a good... Oh, a flump. Oh, flump. Flumps are kind of a little joke creature in D&D, but gosh, I love them and they're great. 2 little antenna, packaged well, not broken. That's number 1, a flump. So that's fun. Let's look at the big figure for this box. Again, another classic. So this set already, you can see that you're getting a lot of use out of the figures. Some classic monsters. This is a nice paint job if you can see it closely. It's well done. That is one of the large ones. 2 more small ones. This is an Necromancer invisible. They have invisible figures in the D&D sets. I'm not typically a fan, but if you're maybe a collector or you like something a little off kilter, here you go. So the invisible Necromancer. Last one in this booster, Sorcerer. Storm Sorcerer in particular. One thing Wizkids does, if you can see the spell effects, is so good. That little translucent effect that they have, that is great. I love it. And that's a good figure. All right, already we're on booster 3. And we have some smaller figures. Again, 3 smalls and a large. Whoops, already our first duplicate. That's odd, but that's okay. You can always sell duplicates or trade them and get a full set. And here is our second duplicate. That, again, is a little odd to get that many so early, but you can trade them around. Oh my gosh, what a great figure here. A Gnome Inquisitive. That is a good looking figure. What's in his hand? Is that a magnifying glass? I think it is. It's a magnifying glass. Well, that's a fun figure. A little gnome. A curious little gnome. And next in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I'm not familiar with this, so somebody in the comments tell me what this is. It looks like some sort of construct, but I am not familiar. So if you know, just shout it out in the comments and let the rest of us know. And we will go to our halfway point. Already, again, a brick is 8 boosters. Here's a Paladin. I love Paladins. Lawful good, friends. Always be lawful good. That's a good looking figure. Happy for that. And here is a tiny, tiny little figure. Let's see what this is. Oh, gosh. Another classic. So again, you'll see that this set is giving a lot of what I would call iconic monsters for D&D, which is understandable because, again, this mega dungeon has a lot of things that, through the history of D&D, a flying sword, that's a not necessary figure, but it's fun. So again, Wizkids will, under the art direction of the D&D team, they will insert a few little nods like that, and I appreciate that. Now we get to our big figure in this booster. Otto. I must admit, I am not familiar enough with the characters in the storyline to know Otto in particular, but this is it's like a dragon mixed with fae. Very beautiful figure. I love it. So already the larges are good looking figures. Okay, that was the halfway point. We will go on the back 9 here. Already out of the gate, you can see a great construct looking with the spell effects. That's a fine looking figure. Again, it won't be seen in too many games, but useful in those that want something a little different. Here's another character that could serve as a nice bad guy, 21A, so evidently there's an alternate sculpt with that. Maybe with a weapon in his hand, something like that. And here's the Necromancer. This is what I like. Here's the Necromancer that is painted. So you have the invisible. Here is the one that is painted. So let's put those together, and you can see the difference in that. And again, a lot of these will be included. I don't think it's for all the figures, maybe half a dozen or so. But that's what you'll often see. Great figure here. A Berserker. Look at that. Look at that big. That's when you finally get to use that D12. That is nice. A good figure there. All right, so we are coming into the last few of these. 3 more boosters left. Again, if you want a whole case, you get a full set, but that'll set you back a pretty penny. Here's a Minotaur skeleton. Now, the Pathfinder Battles had a recent set, their Maze of Death, that had a lot of Minotaurs. And then this actually goes well with that. Obviously, if you're D&D fan, a Pathfinder fan, you'll get use out of each sets. The Pathfinder or the D&D set. If you're looking for something for a particular storyline, you can get that particular set. There are a lot, about 15 of these sets between D&D and Pathfinder, probably more. I love little grungs. These are great little creatures, I think. Overlooked in terms of fun. All right, got a couple more mediums in this booster. Tiefling. That's a nice looking figure. Look at that nice shield. Good paint job. You can see the rings. That's a great figure. It's number 744. Okay, and we got another duplicate I see, but I'm okay with that. If you ever have an encounter and you encounter 2 barbarians, there you go. All right, here are the last 2. I'll put these out so that you can see. And won't be any more rattling of film, we hope. Let's get these small little guys. First, oops, did not break. There's another little grung. See, I like that. The commons are so incredibly helpful because these are the ones you would encounter multiples of. So you can build yourself a little army for an encounter out of those. That is great. Well, this is an interesting figure. I've never seen anything like this in my life. So let me know in the comments what this is. Obviously some scorpion that can use weaponry. That is frightening. And I've never seen that. Dungeon of the Mad Mage, again, I will put this down so that you can see the front of the box. An elf cleric of the grave. This is a great figure. Look, an elf cleric of the grave. What a wonderful sculpt. Obviously, dipped a level of bard. But that is a great figure. Very, very pleased with that. That's number 9. Put that in its place. Last figure in this. Again, this is a duplicate, but thugs, you can always use a lot of thugs. And this is the last box. And we will have one more thing to show you. This is why these boxes are so big. It's figures like this. Holy smokes, look at this guy. What a great bad guy. I don't know what level of the dungeon this guy's on, but skip it. Or at least make sure you get a long rest and you have all your spell slots, because that guy is nasty looking. Okay, we get our 3 smalls. And then, as I mentioned, I have something special to show you as we wrap this up. This is great. An ooze. You can always use an ooze. That is a nice figure. I like that a lot. I hope this is another knoll. Is it? No. I don't know what this is. Again, I'm showing my ignorance here. I haven't come across all these. So if you know in particular, say in the comments. Final figure. And then I got something special to show you. Oh, this is a hag. You can always use a hag. And so this is a great looking sculpt. Look at the elongated arms. Just the distressed paint work. The staff, the skulls. That is a great figure. All right, so if you look out here, you can see that just with one brick, you get a good little selection of all the figures. And again, if you get a case, you get the full thing. But each set comes with a premium piece. And this is the premium piece for this. It is a mage's laboratory. So that is great. You always have a crazy mage with their laboratory. And I won't pull all of these out, but I do want to give a few of the pieces just so you can get a sense on why they are premium. They are actually super sharp and really nice. I mean, that, if you're playing and you have your boss battle and you're into his lab, or, gosh, you always come across some sort of alchemist lab. This is a great piece for your play. Set it right up at your table, and all of these really are pieces that can add a lot to your game. Get a bookshelf, a couple cadavers, skeletons, candlestick holders. Great little pieces, construct. All of these could be used multiple times in multiple ways in your games. So that's a great piece. Again, that is the premium figure for the Dungeon of the Mad Mage set. There is all the contents of what is included. 8 boosters to a brick. This was a full brick. 44 figures in the set. A great set, the latest D&D storyline. These are newest figures from Wizkids. Recording this, it is not out yet, but it will be in your FLGS really soon. So look for this. Talk to your game shop owner, and I'm sure that they stock both the D&D and the Pathfinder sets from Wizkids. But this is the latest one, and super stoked about what I got. I think my favorite, obviously it's hard to go wrong with the dragon, but there are some nice little miniatures as well to serve as PCs. All right, that's that. Later, nerds.